Welcome to the video. Like, comment, subscribe. I'd like to thank everybody for the support on the last video. I think I got like 380 views. I got like 3 subscribers from it. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Follow up, subscribe, like, comment, subscribe, like, comment, subscribe. You know, my goal is 50 subscribers. I'm sure I would get it if I posted more consistently, but you know, I just been pushing it back. But today, we're here to talk about Israel, Palestine. Now you might be thinking, oh, this is not anime, oh, this is politics. But this is important. And I'm going to tell you why it's important. Because, you know, we have to live in a world of realistic outcomes, realistic expectations. We can't be living in this world where a group of people, even if they're oppressed, kills. There's the biggest mass terror attack since 9/11, and there is no recourse. Now, I'm not saying Israel's right. I'm not saying Palestine is right. But if we talking about this specific event of October 7th, when Hamas went in to Israel, broke in, was killing civilians at music festivals, you know what I'm saying? Doing horrific. They weren't even killing government people. So, you know, we're gonna react to Drifter. And I like Drifter. And I think what he says in this video is some of it's valid, but at the same time, we gotta be realistic, realistic. Now let's start this up.
A very serious topic, which is the Israel-Hamas war. And I have one simple opinion about this issue, which is it's never okay to murder children, no matter what their parents did. There is no world in which violence against the most innocent among us yields a positive outcome. And I don't feel that that should be a very...
That's actually false, That's debatable. I'm going to be honest with you. Because, you know, America sent 2 atomic bombs to Japan, and that ended the war with them. You know, that ended the war. They gave up. Now, if America didn't do that, it would have been a land invasion that probably would have killed so many people, and people in those towns would have got mopped. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if this is, you know what I'm saying,
very controversial opinion, but it probably is. And take a deep breath, calm down. You can ease up on the comments. I can hear you typing them right now. You've probably already assumed, based on this intro, that I've picked a side and projected your beliefs about what that side has to say about the other side onto me, and you're writing some crazy stuff down. But says, hold your breath until both are done, that what Hamas did to innocent Israeli children is an abomination. And that Israel's indiscriminate bombing campaign against civilian infrastructure, which inevitably kills children, is equally abominable.
See, no, it's not. That's not equal, And how you described it is not what's happening, So what is happening is Israel, they literally was like, get out of the city. We're going to bomb this area, the south of Gaza. We're going to go to the north, right? Now, they did that. And then they're doing targeted strikes. They're not indiscriminately bombing everything. If that was the case, more than 10,000 people would be dead. I think it's like 10,000 people dead already. They're targeting Hamas, where they think Hamas is, and then they're bombing it. And Hamas is hiding among civilians. On purpose. They're hiding among civilians on purpose. And they're like, if you're gonna bomb us, you gotta kill these people. So it's not the same thing. When Hamas went to Israel, they just was killing civilians. They was killing whoever they saw. Targeted bombings on specific areas where you think Hamas is not the same thing. When they're holding people hostage or people are staying there on purpose, that's not the same thing. It's not. It's not the same thing. You can't really, and I've had a conversation with a couple people I know. You can't be mad at Israel if the people who did a terrorist attack on them is using the people in their area as fucking shields. They're using them as shields. And then they're saying, oh, you can't bomb us. There's civilians there. Like, you can't do that. That's illegal. I mean, that's a war crime. That's, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what you expect Israel to do, but we'll let him continue to talk.
Both sides seem perfectly okay butchering little children to suit their political or religious ideological goals, and I'm not okay with that. And I've just been sitting back watching this unfold over the last couple of weeks, same as you all. And by watching, I don't mean I've been sitting around watching CNN. I've been watching the actual raw videos of atrocities posted on our Public Freakout, our combat footage, a few other places. I've seen the piles of dead civilians. I've seen piles of butchered Israelis. I've seen piles of dead Palestinians. It's not good for my mental health, but this is how I have always gotten the news ever since 2001. Right after 9/11, when the war on terror broke out, I decided that the real news was probably in the videos themselves and not the sanitized version that you see.
Yeah, I don't know about that neither, because I mean, you could watch probably thousands of videos of niggas dying and you still might not get the complete picture, but whatever. I mean, you mess your own brain up. It
primarily focuses on how many numbers of bodies have piled up. And of course, I've read news reports and follow-ups with journalists, and I try to keep up with the political responses to the problem, but the political responses were absolutely sickening to me. I guess I should be sick at the atrocities themselves, but I guess I desensitized to that. But watching world leaders say all sorts of crazy things to justify various levels of genocide has been mind-boggling.
And it's not a genocide, bro. This is not a genocide. Do you know what a genocide is? A genocide is the Holocaust. The final call, when they was just throwing them in the gas chambers, lining them up, shooting them all into a pit, okay? 11 million, I don't think it was 11 million Jews, maybe not 11 million Jews. I forgot how many Jews it was. It wasn't just Jews that died. It was a bunch of gypsies, but mostly Jews. Like, that is a genocide, okay? If Israel was going to genocide Gaza, they could just, do you know how big the military is? They could just bomb all of Gaza 24/7 and kill hundreds and millions, hundreds of thousands of people, okay? So it's not a genocide. You got to stop, like people keep using these words and they're just trying to like invoke, like, oh, this is bad. Like, it's not a genocide, definitionally. Like, it's not, okay?
Politicians do Olympic gold medal winning mental gymnastics to try to justify bombing civilian infrastructure such as hospitals and daycares just because Hamas hides underneath them. And
bro, I'm gonna let him keep talking.
From the Arab nations that surround Israel bend over backwards to try to justify Hamas slaughtering children that are too young to speak. And then I got to watch various opinion leaders from all over social media do the exact same thing. Of course, American politicians get on board into this conflict whatsoever, seem very comfortable choosing sides and very comfortable justifying brutality against children. I've watched pro-Israeli or pro-Palestinian protests pop up on almost every nation on the globe that even allows protest, ranging from peaceful and respectful to wildly violent and chants for deaths for various groups around the world. I've seen people fighting over the posters about missing children in New York City, tearing them down, fighting people, just little minority Jewish groups or little minority. And I saw this disaster unfold, at least on the creator side of things, and thought, man, maybe I just shouldn't, half of the internet, advocate for war crimes, mostly against the civilian population. I feel like I have to speak out and say that no matter how much you hate the other group, how emotionally charged, how religiously, culturally intrinsic you are tied into one group or another, that there is no crime grievous enough to justify violence against the criminal's kids. And this should not
See, but that's not the case. The way he's framing it, this is a terrible framing it's a terrible framing. If you committed a mass terrorist attack against another group, that right has a group to respond, okay? They do. They have a right to respond in some fashion. Obviously, if you killed 3,000 people, you know, they have a right to respond. Now, if when they respond, you bring your kids around you and you're saying, oh, don't kill my kids. You know, if you bomb us, you're gonna kill our kids. And you're going into hospitals where people are being treated and you set up operation there and you're like, well, we have an important operation here, but if you bomb us, that's on you. That's not the same. That's not on Israel. That's on Hamas. Hamas is killing them people. If Israel's saying, get out the south, go leave, we're going to bomb this we're going to bomb this in 30 minutes, we're going to do this, and nobody leaves or they're forced to stay, that's not on Israel, okay? It's not. At the end of the day, that's on Hamas. Hamas is killing them people. Hamas is killing them people, okay? Israel, I don't want kids to die. I don't think Israel wants the kids to die neither. But if you're on purpose killing kids, I mean, if you're on purpose putting kids around you, or in civilians in general, and you know you're going to be bombed, and you won't let them leave, or they just stand because they want to stay because they just, want to die for the cause or whatever, like, that's not on Israel, okay? I'm sorry, it's not. It's not. And that's a fact. Because that's not Israel's decision. That's Hamas' decision, or whoever's deciding to stay, okay? Or whoever's making them stay.
Controversial opinion, but it probably is. And I may lose some business, and I may get demonetized, and I'll probably definitely lose some subscribers. I don't like the other group. And as a brief little bit of apologetics here, I acknowledge that the people of Palestine have been oppressed and uprooted from their home. The elderly, the infirmly, where they, butchered and raped the children and whatnot, were beyond barbaric. And yet, all of those terror attacks that of violence by further radicalizing the survivors of both parties. This is true anywhere in the world. Justify Israel knowingly bombing refugee camps filled with desperate women and children in the hopes that they kill some of the Hamas members that are also in the camps, and using these people as human shields.
The way you framing it is just terrible.
In order to defeat evil only spreads it even further, kind of like cutting off
a
head, or continuing the cycle of violence by further radicalizing the survivors of both parties. This is true anywhere in the world. And
this is not an anime, okay? I know I cover anime. This is not an anime. This is real life, okay? Real life. This is not no anime. If you kill a bunch of people in a terrorist attack, they're going to respond. And they have the right to respond, okay? This is not an anime where let's just come to peace. This ain't the ending of Attack on Titan, spoiler alert. Where they come together and just everybody realizes they fucked up. And they did a bunch of fucked up shit, and that's why this happened. That's not what's about to happen here, okay? This is not an anime. This is real life, okay? This is real life. If Hamas doesn't want to ceasefire, Hamas isn't giving up. Hamas is like, we're going to keep doing, there's like a video out there of a representative of Hamas saying, we're going to keep doing October 7th until it's October of millions, and we're going to keep going. We're not going to stop. They don't want a peace treaty. So if the other side doesn't want a peace treaty, and they're going to continue to attack you, what do you do? What do you not do anything? What do you just get this off the screen because it's pissing me off? What do you do? What do you do? What do you not do anything? What do you let them keep attacking you? What do you just don't do anything and you just keep losing. They just keep attacking you. We got to be realistic here at the end of the day. And it's that simple. I'm not picking a Israel or Palestine side overall or nothing like that because I don't really care about that much. Truly, I really don't. But at the end of the day, we need to be realistic here. And what's realistic is Israel has some right to respond. What's realistic is that this is the only way they can respond that kills less people. Okay? What are they going to do? A land invasion? That's going to kill more people. You know what I'm saying? They do a land invasion, that's going to kill more people. What they going to do? They can't send in special forces to just kill Hamas. Like, that's not going to work. Okay? So, if they're doing the best thing they can do to kill Hamas, they're not just indiscriminately bombing a bunch of stuff, which is not the case because there are millions of people in Gaza. Millions. It's like 2 million people. And only 10,000 people have died. Okay? So that's like 0.01%. No, that might be 1%. No, 2 million? I think it's 2 million. It's not a high number. It's not a high percentage. If they were just indiscriminately bombing, there would be a lot more dead people. A lot more. It's 2 million people in Gaza, I think. Just in that little, it's like 2 million people. Okay, so at the end of the day, we got to be realistic here. Realistic. We got to be realistic. We got to realize there just isn't going to be a ceasefire. One side doesn't want a ceasefire. I'm sure Israel doesn't either. But say Israel did. But like Hamas is saying they're going to continue to attack. Okay? They're going to continue to attack. They're not going to stop. And Israel's just not supposed to do anything while Hamas hides around civilians. So, like, we got to be realistic, okay? We got to be realistic. And that's all I'm saying. We got to be realistic, okay? It's just not the simplest, oh, Israel did it, so Palestine deserves to do it. If Palestine does, just was right in killing all the people, like, that's just not how you get stuff done. I don't think you realize. You know why Martin Luther, what's his name? What is his name? He died. Malcolm X. At first, Malcolm X was for the people. We got to fight. We got a violent uprising. He realized Martin was the way. Because that's what got stuff done. It's peaceful protests. Is watching black people and white people and all the people marching get beat on television, get burnt, getting buses caught on fire, getting bit by dogs, sprayed by water. That's what was, that image of black people just like, oh, we just want our rights. We just want our rights. We didn't kill 3,000 people. We didn't just go kill 3,000 white people. It was like, oh, we just want our rights, And that's what worked. Okay? Killing, doing mass terrorist attacks does not work. And expecting Israel not to respond is dumb. That's it. Like, comment, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed. My next video is going to be on why One Piece is better than Naruto. Naruto is better than One Piece. I'm tripping. Okay. Bye-bye.